Hello everyone, welcome back. This is another video or another training journal on a specific training day. So this was a kind of big Saturday where we worked up to a heavy single on two movements, the floating snatch, which you'll see here, and then just the classic clean and jerk, which you'll see later. I apologize for my voice if I don't sound great. I am sick right now, but I wanted to get this video out since I had some time to kill before I kind of take the rest of the day off to relax. So yeah, like you'll see in the title, I'm titling this Guts and Bad Form because today was one of those weird days where my focus was obviously I want to do the movements and do them correctly, but I also wanted to get used to facing the bar and a heavy weight with a lack of fear or like decreasing how scared I am of those heavy attempts, which I think happens to the best of us. Like I think all of us in the sport and in other strength sports have had to deal with the anxiety that builds up when you are attempting heavy weight. I'm very cognizant of it, so I wanted to spend today working on that. So, as you'll see here, I'm working my way up to a heavy single on the floating snatch. Spoiler alert, the snatches don't go as well for me today. However, that's actually part of I have some teammates in, so I'm shooting the shit. That was actually one of the benefits of this training day is that I was training in a smaller group. I was actually in my head training on my own. I only had like two or three friends in doing their own thing. Uh, but one of the benefits of this session was specifically being able to bounce back from misses. Early on, when I started weightlifting, I found that if I missed a weight, it got in my head a lot. And this will be one of the first misses you see. Spoiler alert again. And as I progress as a weightlifter, one of the things I'm really practicing and working on is that a miss is not always or usually isn't a like end of the road for that day. It just means that there was a technical thing that I can fix. So I kind of just like lobbed the bar back. I put a little bit too much gas in it and I lost it behind. Now, if you know weightlifting culture, if you miss behind, you typically go up, and I'd forgotten that rule, so I decided to take another swing at 80. And here's how it goes. And it just kind of drifted back. And you'll see that kind of soft elbow. I think one of the things I'm struggling with snatches as they get heavier is that I'm not really stacking. There's a friend of mine. I'm not really stacking my shoulders properly in the snatch. Now, as you can see right here, I decided to follow the rule of going up. So I decided to go up 2 kilos because I missed twice, both behind. So in my head, instead of just going up 1 kilo, you go up two. Um, yeah, I need to work a little bit on my shoulders in the catch and making sure they're stacked properly. Here's 82 kilos. There we go. And you can kind of see on that right hand side or your left that my shoulder is a little bit soft there, and I'm finding that to be the glaring issue once I pass kind of 80 kilos in the snatch. This is 85. I just kind of left it out in front. And it was at this point where I started having to face that kind of mental battle of, okay, I'm missing a lot. Is this just kind of not my session or do we keep going? And I knew that I wasn't physically exhausted. I was more just struggling with the technical aspects. So I decided to power through and keep going. So this is my second attempt at 85. So once again, soft on the left, but did manage to at least get it overhead. Um, yeah, as time goes, yeah, you can see me point that out. I'm very intuitive with that and can feel when things are off. And yeah, as I said, this is one of the sessions where I'm trying to just focus on my mindset and how I approach the bar. Not saying form doesn't matter or being correct doesn't matter. It's just today's focus was on getting through it. So this is 88. And without a doubt, the funniest miss I've had like all year to land on both my knees. I wasn't even trying to get up off the floor. Another thing is being able to like laugh at my misfortune. So having such a funny miss was actually took me out of my head and helped me kind of focus in. So this is my second attempt at 88. I just left it out in front. And at this point, I kind of knew I had at least one good run on me and one more attempt. So I figured I'd give it the old college try. Typically, our kind of guidelines is that as long as it isn't like you're physically unable to do the lift, you get 3 shots at it. So I knew that I could snatch 88. My best at this point was 89 kilos a couple of weeks ago, and I snatched that from the deficit. So 88 kilos, honestly, just like getting more exposure to attempting 88 to reduce my anxiety around it was a benefit in of itself. So taking 3 swings, there was actually something I got from it. But this is my final attempt at 88. Soft elbows, but managed to hold it. And you'll see I spent a lot of time in there because when I caught it, I actually exhaled and lost all my core stability. And I was not standing up without my core on. So I had to re engage my core, breathe back in, embrace. Obviously, my friends and teammates are very excited. Um, but I had to, yeah, re brace my core and then stand up. Now moving on to clean and jerks, I skipped most of the warm ups and just kind of got into my heavy. Like I obviously did my warm ups, but I didn't film them. Sorry, I should clarify. So here's me working up. My best clean and jerk from the floor was 105 at this point. This is 98 kilos, and another point of clarification, like I've set a number of PRs on variations in the clean and jerk. So hang clean and jerk, I've done 106 and 109, a little bit of a shaky 109, but I've done that. Block cleans, I've done 111, but a full clean and jerk from the floor, the best I had done at that point was 105, and that was a couple months prior. So this is 102. And here's the jerk. And honestly, probably one of the better 102s I've done as of late. I've noticed this weird thing where like 102, 103 is almost like a threshold where I can do 102 or 103 pretty well. As soon as I pass that, it's my jerks in particular that are kind of become all over the place. I suddenly develop 2 left feet. So going back to what I mentioned in the title, today's video is about guts in bad form. You'll notice that my jerks leave a lot to be desired. My cleans are actually pretty solid right now. I didn't catch that right. I caught it a bit back on my heels, but the ability to recover was actually pretty good. So I left that jerk out in front, which is why you'll see that left elbow very shaky and pressy. I'm having a problem with pushing myself and my hips back, and that means I leave it out in front because I mean it's where it's technically I think supposed to be, maybe slightly back. I could push the bar slightly back, but I'm actually just pushing my entire body backwards. So some technical cues on the jerks that I'm trying to work on is wedging myself under the bar, pushing the bar up and slightly back, and making sure my dip and drive is straight up and straight down. So here is 108, I believe. Or this might be 110.
Send it. Come on. Yep.
Yeah, it was 110. Sorry, I can't see the plates right now. As mentioned, my best was 109 from a hang clean and jerk, so I wanted to at least add 1 kilo to it. So you'll notice in that jerk as well, I pushed the bar forward, or I pushed myself back, and the bars kind of stayed out forward. This is my second attempt at 110. Actually, as I'm reaching for the bar, I'm telling myself, or I'm saying the word guts, because to me, cleans are really about guts in particular. Like just the audacity to say, I'm going to try and stand this weight up. So I'm repeating guts to myself in my head and even muttering it a bit to myself. So here's a second attempt at 110, and surprisingly easier than I thought it would be. Now for the jerk. left it out in front a bit, but managed to stabilize it. You'll see those two left feet. Yeah, lots to work on in the jerk, but I'll take it as a win for today. And as I mentioned, this session in particular was really about building the mental fortitude and I guess toughness to be able to challenge very high percentages of weights and even PR attempts, regardless of how things go. Obviously, when I get back to training, I want to clean up my form, but yeah. So I chalked today up for a win. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and talk to you soon. Bye.